Getting another accessory for your favorite Leatherman. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Gideon's Tactical. Today we're going to be looking at the Leatherman Ratchet driver. Now I've had this for a few months now, been able to play around with it and really see what its capabilities are. And in today's video, I'm going to break it down for you, show you some pros, but also show you maybe some drawbacks to the design, what are its capabilities, and whether or not getting a little ratchet adapter makes total sense for your favorite Leatherman tool, or if it's better just to pass and keep on trucking with what has been tried and true for you. And so with that, let's go ahead and jump into it and see what this little ratchet driver from Leatherman can do. Okay, so the first aspect is the mounting piece, right? It's designed in that kind of rectangular fashion that Leatherman does their bits in. Now it's got a seat well, right? And it's got the little teeth, and I have the curl, and it sits in there, but just barely. The tab does not really, I don't have to put hardly any effort on that, and it can pop itself out. And I've done it both directions, and it does not really seat in there very well. And if I flick it, you can see there, it'll flick itself out. I don't really like that. Now on my Skeletool, limited dish, it does seem to latch in tighter, and that does seem to be a better fit, and I can't seem to get it to flick itself out. I do have to actually either pull hard or push the little lever. But then we go over to the Wave, again, that I'm sure a lot of you probably have, and same issue occurs that we have on the curl. If you're just using it, it's fine. If you hold it upside down, it's not gonna fall out. But if you are doing a little bit of motion and it just doesn't really feel, there you go. It'll flick itself out without much effort. So it seats in there, but not as snugly as I would prefer from two out of the three models that I've been testing with it. But folks, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Grip 6. These guys have been making some of the best minimalistic friction belts on the market, and I've been using them for years, long before I ever started telling you about them here at the channel. And they've branched out into so many different arenas now, and each time I see a new product from Grip 6, I'm impressed, regardless if it's their US sourced wool socks that I used on a recent backpacking trip that just totally rocked. Man, are they able to wick the sweat away and the moisture that your feet produce, but then also keep you warm in the process. And they're great for summertime hikes like what I just did, but also I've used them in the wintertime as well, and they keep your feet nice and toasty. But they also have several different designs in the wallet arena as well that you can take a look at. And so they have so many different designs for both men and women to choose from. I encourage you guys, hit the link in the description box below, check out what they got going on. They're always innovating, coming out with new stuff that's all made and sourced right here in America, which is so cool. And with that, let's go ahead and get back to the video. All right, so on to the adjustment point itself. You have your little tab right there that indicates what's being used. So in this case, let's see here. There we go, all the way. Got to make sure it's pointed up all the way. I just didn't have it all the way. So it's going to rotate to the right and lock out to the left. Then what's really nice is you can center it, and then it just acts like a normal screwdriver again, and it's not going to ratchet either way, which is good. I like that. It almost becomes just an extension piece if you don't feel like the ratchet is necessary, or there's not enough tension on the screw or bolt or whatever you're working with. Then obviously you just twist it fully out the other way, and now it locks out to the right and rotates to the left there. So the functionality is really good, and there's a nice, good, solid snap into each part that I've used. And it doesn't seem to be really like wearing out, and it doesn't accidentally pop out from my experience, you know, and go into lockout mode or into the wrong ratchet portion. Whichever part you point it into and lock it into, it's going to stay until you know, manually move it to the next position, whatever you need it to do. Okay, so finally is the bit portion itself, which I'm really happy about, is that there is a magnet inside there that will grab whichever bit, you know, you put in there, but it also will fit either the flat, you know, kind of awkward proprietary bits of the Leatherman, which is good, Obviously, duh, that's what you want, right? The magnet will grab it just enough. Again, I wish that it was just a little bit snugger on the bit, and I wish it was just a little bit snugger on the attachment point to the body. It's not a deal killer, but if they were just a little bit tighter and took a little bit more effort, that would be just give you a little extra peace of mind. I've yet to lose a bit while I'm working. I've yet to have this come out of any of the Leathermans I've been using, but just that they're not quite as tight. Now, the nice thing is it will handle any of your hex head bits as well in your entire toolkit from any, you know, regular tool. And what's nice is that magnet will, boom, suck that sucker right down in there and you are good to go. And that definitely holds it in there a little bit tighter than on the Leathermans, just because there's more, you know, space connecting to that magnet. But that is a big important part to me, that you can use extra bits that are not proprietary Leatherman bits if you want with this little ratchet setup. All right, guys, so now let's talk about value and perspective on really who's gonna really need this and use it, and is the pricing really there? Now, at first I thought this was made in America. It's not. It's made in Taiwan. So that's fine. Comes with a 2-year warranty only instead of their lifetime 25. So I don't like those two things. Now, I'm glad it's made in Taiwan over China. I'd rather support our allies any chance we get. But for something that only has a 2-year warranty instead of their regular 25 and not made here in America, coming in at $30, I don't know, man. That's a lot of cash, when a lot of, you know, our favorite Leathermans with bit drivers we can get from like $60 to $100. I mean, we're talking about a third of our multi-tool just for a little ratchet adapter. So it functions, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. I love the fact that it can handle not only their proprietary Leatherman bits, but also, you know, our hex head bits or our hex bits. It absolutely does what, you know, we need it to. But honestly, in my opinion, unless you're a guy like this, right? This is my loved G10 handle version of the Charge. I mean, this is a beast, but because of the G10 handle, I actually EDC it even in my like workout shorts days when we're leaving and, you know, getting ready to pack up the RV and move to the next location, because I'm always finding little screws and bolts and things I got to tighten up while we're, you know, doing walk arounds the RV, walk around the RV. But I always carry it in my pocket. I don't carry it like this. But for many of you, maybe you're busting your Leatherman out every hour on the hour, you know, for your job, for your hobby, whatever it is, and carrying it in the nylon pouch with the extra bits. Maybe you have an EDC flashlight on you, makes sense for you, and that's how you carry your Leatherman tool. Well, and it's something that's just used all the time. It's not a backup tool for you. Well, then, yeah, the Ratchet does make sense. It's going to give you an extra arm. You get, you know, better action with the device, and you can go into your toolbox and add extra little bits to it, and it's not a big deal versus having to go back and forth, you know, in that aspect. So if you carry a larger tool and you use it a lot on your belt in the pouch format, then I think it might make sense for you. For the average user who just EDCs maybe one of the smaller ones like the Curl, you know, or maybe the Skeletal in your pocket, or it's just a backup tool that kind of hangs out in your bag, the value could be used somewhere else. The $30, you could get a full ratchet set of a little screwdriver for probably $10, you know, to do the similar thing and throw it in your EDC bag or your Go bag. So guys, that's my perspective. We will have links in the description box below if this ratchet does make sense for you, or you have a friend or family member who just loves Leathermans and you want to hook them up with something and you know they carry it on their belt like this. I think they'll get a lot of use out of it. But it's a pretty penny, and I just think that there are better ways to spend your money. But we do appreciate, regardless if it's for this ratchet, your Leatherman tools in general, when you do use all the hyperlinks that we have for you guys below, helps me make content just like this. And so with that, guys, I do invite you to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the ratchet driver from Leatherman. Is it an awesome, like, absolutely needed in your system for your Leatherman tool, or is it something that you need to pass on as well? What has been your experience and overall, you know, performance of it if you already own one as well? I always love seeing those comments, and I just appreciate you coming over today. Check out the other video popping up. I invite you to subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. We throw up content like this every single week, and you can check us out on social media as well to see what's up and coming, and just another way to interact with me. And until next time, folks, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.